So asking for a spotter or having to spot someone at the gym can be really stressful sometimes. I mean, I used to not like doing it. I used to, be worried about asking people if they'll spot me, or the worst is someone asking you to spot them and being like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Or you get those guys that have like 300 plus pounds on there and you're just kind of like, oh my god, please don't ask me to spot you. If you can't pick up the weight, you're gonna fucking die. I'm not gonna be able to save you. So, understand it's okay. Like, you shouldn't really be that nervous about it. And if you really don't feel comfortable, just tell the person. Fucking lie if you have to. You just say like you have a bad wrist or something and you can't spot them. And they can always get someone else, but really, it's not that big of a deal. And for either standpoint, asking someone or spotting someone. And just a few tips so that you guys feel comfortable. If you are the person that's going to be spotting, and I'm only referencing bench pressing because that's the only one that I ever asked a spotter for. Simply because that's the only one where I would need assistance if I failed. On squats and deadlifts, I can easily drop the weights and no harm, no foul. But with bench press, I can't do that. So this is where I'm speaking from experience. So if someone does ask you to spot them and you feel comfortable enough to do it, make sure and find out how many reps they're gonna go for so you have an idea. Pay attention to them and simply watch. I mean, most of the time when I spot someone, I don't have to touch the weight at all. If it does come down to where you need to help them, usually just doing like fingertips will help them get up the rest of the way. If they really are failing, just do it over underhand grip and pick the bar up, and don't pick it up and rack it like instantly for them. Like, don't pull it towards the rack. Just help them lift it up straight, and once they're in the air straight, once their arms are out, then help them load the weight back up. A big thing though, guys, if you're gonna be a spotter for someone, or if you're gonna be a spotter for me at least, do not touch the bar unless I say, or the person says so, or the bar drops. If they start to hang for a second, just leave them be. They can probably push it through. But I mean, I know for myself personally, if someone even touches the bar, if they even breathe on the bar, I can't count it. If I'm going for a personal record or something, it won't count because they touched, they assisted. So don't. Really, guys, most of the time as a spotter, you're just standing there making sure that they're okay. If they do need help, it's when the bar starts to lower back down. Then, yeah, assist them. But if they get stuck at any point, let them be. Normally they'll be able to grind it out. And if not, like I said, it'll start to drop, and then you help them pick it up. Like I said, a few fingers usually does the trick. It really need to over under. So that's if you're asked to be a spotter. If you're asking someone to spot you, there's one big thing. Do not be a dick and abuse a spotter, alright? I can't stand when, someone asks me to spot them, and I'm more than happy to, and they do, they're gonna go for 5. Okay, so they bust out the first 3, and then they want help. They need a little bit of help on 4. Just fingertip help, and then 5, I'm having to do over underhand grip on it, whatever, like, fine. But then they'll be like, just one more, help me one more. What the fuck? You couldn't even do number 5 or 4 by yourself, alright? Don't be that asshole, because you know what's gonna happen on number 6? I'm gonna do all the goddamn work as a spotter. That's not cool. I'm gonna have to use my energy to help you do your lift, alright? If you can't do the lift yourself, don't bother. When I ask for spotters, I never want them to touch the bar. Simply, I have spotters just to make sure I feel safe and, I'm confident enough to do the lift. Otherwise, I won't try going for personal records if I don't have a spotter. I just, it's not safe to do. So, don't abuse them. If you can't lift the weight, drop your fucking ego. And lower the weights. If you ask for a spotter, don't abuse them by doing sets that you can't do. Peace.